Senfil, do you believe that any resentment can be dissolved through the Demartini method? Or
Absolutely.
what are the sample cases that can be helped through the Demartini method?
Okay, so if it can dissolve both positive as well as negative emotions. If somebody is infatuated to a person, looking up and minimizing themselves, even that occupies time and space in the mind, and does not allow oneself to live their fullest life. So that can be dissolved, by seeing the. So when you see something very good, there is something bad underneath. So once you see that, bad. When you see very bad, there's good underneath. When you see both sides, it's not bad, not good, right? So you can dissolve infatuations. Sometimes that blocks the clarity of our purpose. We can dissolve resentments, and you can dissolve fear. Fear is again a one-sided perception of expecting more negatives than positives in the future, right? To dissolve shame, which is again a lopsided perception that in the past you have caused more negatives than positives to somebody. Guilt and shame, that can be dissolved, and grief can be dissolved. When you have some loved one pass away, sometimes we grieve it for years together, sometimes decades. And grief is a process, and every breakthrough experience, Dr. Demartini does a live grief resolution process, which is almost the same Demartini method of seeing both sides of the equation. We only grieve the traits which we infatuate with. So if you have a person, if you hate some traits in them, you're going to be happy they passed away, right? Let's say your enemy dies, you're not going to grieve them, right?
Yes.
But if the person you love a lot dies, you're going to grieve them. Why? Because you have certain traits which you are infatuated with. And once you dissolve it, and once you see the traits are, the way it has been passed on to the people who are in the new form, then your grief dissolves. And Dr. Demartini says that if you love somebody, you will never grieve because they are always in your heart. And you can just connect to them anytime you want. And after the process, he does a close where a surrogate is pulled in, and then they do a close, where most of the time the person, they sometimes they find it spooky that the surrogate speaks something which the actual person does, even if they have passed away many years back.
So you can dissolve the negative emotions, and you can also dissolve infatuation. So
Yes.